Welcome back as we're counting with Harley. Here it's Monday, December 7th, 2020, and Harley the Beagle is here to help us learn about United States coins and currency. And we're going to do some fun things today with United States coins and currency. And with us, of course, is we have Santa Bear, and we have this really professional sign that we have put together. This is about USA coins, counting with Harley. Please subscribe. Hit the I can't even say it. Look at that. Hit the subscribe button, and that will allow you to see when we have new videos coming out, and you can tune in and check them out, and hopefully that'll stay right there. Look at that. Oh, can we do it? Can we do it? We're going to put the pen right up on that. You'll know exactly what it says about subscribing and all that fun stuff. So here we have on our table, we have, sorry about the shakiness there. We have some coins. This is a box that used to be $100 in nickels. We'll talk about how there's 50 rolls of $2 each to make $100. We have some pennies. We have some pennies there. Have some dollar coins. These are the old Eisenhower dollar, $1 coins. We'll talk about those. Roll of nickels. There's 40 coins in a roll of nickels, a $2 roll. We'll talk about that. We'll count that out. And of course, $1 bills, George Washington. Oops, someone wrote on the back of that one. I wish it was worth 9. I wish you could just write on the money and make it worth something. Wouldn't that be great? These would all be worth $100 at least. We have some other back here, some quarters, dimes, nickels, and pennies. We'll count out how much makes a dollar. A couple of $10 bills here. Try to get some change at the store today. All they have are 10s. Wanted to show you a 5. Has Abraham Lincoln on it. It's pretty cool. You can check around if you don't have one of those and see what they look like. I think they're on the internet. You can check it out as well. So pennies. 1 cent. Nickels, 5 cents. A dime, 1 dime. 10 cents. A quarter, 25 cents. And this is what the dollar coin used to look like, 1971 through 1978. They also had the old silver dollars from the 30s and 20s and back into the 1800s and 1700s and so on. Now there's a smaller coin. There's the brass-colored coins with the Sacagawea design, the Native American design, the presidential design, lots of commemoratives. There's a $50 coin out, but those are only available for circulation as well. I mean, for collectors, not circulation. So we'll talk about the main coins you may run into in your daily life. And during the pandemic, they're saying that there's a coin shortage. It's just because people aren't spending the coins like they used to. There's a lot of shoe boxes full and jars full and drawers full of coins that aren't getting put back into circulation. There's plenty of coins out there. If you look at the minted numbers, millions and billions and millions and billions of coins have been made over the last several years. But certainly we want to talk about what they are today. In case you happen to go to the store, you put some money in, you get some change back, here's what it's going to look like. For those of you we're assuming are under the age of 40, a penny is a 1 cent coin, has Abraham Lincoln on the front. There's a shield on the back now. And so that's the new design that started in 2010. So in 2009, they made 4 different reverse designs that would have something to commemorate Abraham Lincoln. So those are the special coins from 2009. Those are fun to collect. There's 4 different reverses. Prior to that was the Lincoln Memorial on the back of the penny. You can see that there. So the Lincoln Memorial from 1959 until 2008. So 1959 to 2008 was the Lincoln Memorial reverse. Since 2010, it's been the Shield reverse. And then, of course, there was the Lincoln commemoratives in 2009. And prior to that is the wheatback penny, where they have the design on the back, has a couple of wheat stalks. Hopefully you can see that really clear there. That's the design from 1909 through 1958. Also the same Abraham Lincoln on the front on all these coins. So from 1909 till currently, Honest Abe's have been on the front. We've had the wheat design. We've had the Lincoln Memorial design. We've had the 4 Lincoln commemorative design. And of course, the new shield, which is on your current coinage. So as you go through your coins and see the different reverses on it, you'll have a general idea what the age is. Another thing about the penny is in 1982, they changed the composition from mostly copper to a zinc with a copper coating. So 1982, there's 7 different varieties of pennies that were put in circulation. There's the Philadelphia that has no mint mark. There's the Denver that has a little Denver mint mark, a little D under the date. So the Philadelphia would not have a D. This one has a D, so this would be a Denver. And then there was the variety that was made with the original copper. Then there's a variety made with the zinc. There's a large date and a small date variety. So there's lots to collect in 1982. There's lots to collect in 2009. There's just lots to collect in this series. So if you're going to collect them, that's great. If you're using them to spend at the store, you want to know what the value is. It takes 100 of these to make $1. So 100 of those pennies equals one of these. So imagine trying to put 100 of those on there. There's a lot more pennies than the dollar bill. So that's why we carry the dollar bill. It's a lot lighter, does less wear and tear on your pocket or purse or whatever you keep it in. But certainly when you have to make change or there's tax or whatever's involved in your purchasing, that's what the penny's for. There's been some movements to try to get rid of the penny. Well, probably raise prices, take away from collectors, and think about all these that you find on the ground as you're walking around. Isn't that fun? All right, second up is nickels, Jefferson nickels. So Thomas Jefferson is on the front of the nickel. Got a couple of different designs on the obverse. So you have the new modern design, which was started in 2006, 2005, and 2004. There was the Lewis and Clark commemorative nickels. 2006 and on, it has the new Jefferson reverse or obverse and the same reverse, Monticello reverse there. 2009 again is a great year to collect. They're hard to find, but this is worth 5 cents. So a nickel is 5 cents, so it's equal to 5 of these pennies. Now back in the day, the penny was huge and the nickel was small, and the penny was big and the nickel was small. But that's back when you could buy a lot of stuff for a penny. Nowadays, not so much with inflation and all those things that happen in life. So 5 pennies equals a nickel, which is why we carry the nickel, so we don't have to have all 5 of these. For those of you watching around the world, and I do appreciate it, we have a lot of viewers from various countries around the world. It's amazing to me. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully this is educational for you as well. I know that there's all different types of monies. There's all different types of currency and coin around the world. I collect that. We'll do a video on all the foreign coins that I have. I love the culture of different countries. I love a lot of their money has different technologies and farming and agriculture and leaders of their country on them. It's a great way to learn about the world. So that'll be a whole different video. Be sure to subscribe and like. When you subscribe, as we do these new videos, they'll pop up. You'll have a chance to see the one on foreign coinage. All right, have we done the dime yet? No. Okay, thanks. So the dime is the Roosevelt dime, and on the back is that. There's a flame and a couple of those olive branches. On the front is Roosevelt, and these started in 1946, and they go currently. The differences that there have been in this series is up until 1964, many years ago, they contain 90% silver. Since 1965, they're made out of a copper and a nickel composition. In 1996, they had a W mint mark put on one of the dimes. It was a commemorative coin, a special coin for that year only. Or otherwise, it's either got no mint mark, which means it was Philadelphia. In 1980, they put the P mint mark, which started to signify from Philadelphia since 1980. And then the D, of course, is from Denver. And occasionally, you'll find an S mint mark that came out of a proof set that got broken open and put into circulation. So there's a P, a D, an S, or nothing on them. One of the interesting things about the nothing on them's, and I don't know if that's the official coinage term, but in 1982, they were supposed to have the P mint mark for Philadelphia. And those coins are kind of scarce and hard to find and a lot of fun. And so if you find a 1982 with the P mint mark, that's really cool. Put that aside. If you find a 1982 without a mint mark, there's estimated 11,000 were made without a mint mark, many of which I believe it was Ohio where they all ended up. And one gentleman ended up with most of them, but those sell for much more money depending on conditions, several $100s down to, if you just had one like this in this condition where it's been circulated a bunch, probably worth at least $100, if not more at this point. Very scarce coin, but you can still find them possibly in your pocket change because this is a design that not a lot of people look at. But as you're getting change, take a look at the date, look at the mint mark. It's a 1982 without a mint mark. Set it aside. Make sure someone checks it to make sure it's real. But that's a fantastic coin that you can find. Also, the 2009 Philadelphia with the P or the Denver D. Put all those aside. Very low mintages based on other things. There'll be in other videos. We'll talk all about that. So that's the penny. We've looked at the penny with the different designs. The nickel, a couple of different designs. The dime, Roosevelt dime. I just dropped it 10 cents down. And now the quarter. And the quarter is fun because there's so many different quarters in circulation right now. They've had this design with the Washington on the front and the eagle on the reverse. 1932 is the first year. And it was a commemorative coin in 1932. In 1933, they didn't make them, but in 34 and on, they've made this quarter. So 1932 is the first year of it. 33, there was no quarters, and 34 on, the same design. There's a lot of great scarce dates in there that are fun to collect. The 32 from Denver and the 32 from San Francisco, which were issued for circulation. Both very low vintage, very highly collectible. Since 1999 was the first year they started with the state commemorative coins. So this here is the Texas coin. And so there's 50 different coins with the new Washington design on the front, and then the state on this side here. This one just happens to be the Texas one with the big star on it. In 2009, they issued the territory coins as well as the District of Columbia. And then since 2010, they've been doing the state parks and all the different commemorative coins on the quarters. So there hasn't been a regular design front and back on a quarter since 1999. So for those of you who are 20 years or less in age, they haven't had a regular same quarter year after year after year since you've been born. 1999 was the first year with the first 5 states that they started the commemorative quarter collection. So if you go back now and try to pull all the quarters out of circulation for your dates that you've been alive, it's going to be a fun project and take a long time to do so. And when you're done, you're going to have a lot of different quarters in your collection. For those of us that are 21 years and older, there's a bunch of great quarters that you can collect from previous dates. We'll go with the 1982s as well. 1982 Philadelphia, 1983 Philadelphia, both good quarters to collect. A lot of the stuff from the 70s got really heavily circulated. 1964 and before, 90% silver. A lot of those have been melted to make silver bars or ingots. But certainly if you find anything 1964 and before in the quarters, hold on to them because they have 90% silver content in them. So that's the Washington quarters. We have the penny, the nickel, the dime, and the quarter. And I'm going to pick up the dime and quarter that I dropped, put those back up here, because we're going to talk real quickly about the dollar coin, which this is the 1971 through 1978 version of the Eisenhower dollar. Has the moon landing eagle on the back and President Eisenhower on the front. This is from 1977 with the Denver mint marks, so 77, and then the D right under his bust there. These were really cool to collect. They didn't circulate very well, and so they quit making those. They were very expensive to make as well with all the metal in them. Excuse me. And so they made a smaller one with Susan B. Anthony on it. After a while, those didn't go. So in 1999, they had to start cranking up more dollar coins. So from 1981 through 1999, no dollar coins were minted because they didn't need them. They were full of them in the vaults of the mint and the treasury. 99, they started to need coins and they wanted a new design, but since they didn't have the design ready, they had to make the Susan B. Anthony dollar once again in 1999. So it's a series from 79, 80, and 81, and then all the way to 1999 with nothing in between. So if you're searching for anything in between there, you're not going to find it. And if you do, you got a very scarce coin if it's legit. Then the Sacagawea dollars, the Native American dollars, and the presidential commemoratives have been out for the last several years. Again, fun to collect if you can find them, lots of them. Try to get them when they're shiny and bright and new, because once they start circulating a little bit, they tarnish just like this penny. It turns brown, and some might say not attractive. Dollar bill, we talked about briefly earlier, President Washington. Here we have a $10 bill, where there's $5 bills, and a $20 bill is probably the most common circulating bill right now, as it's quick and easy to use. Back in the day when I was younger, if I had a $5 bill, I was doing real well. I had a lot of money at $5. There's also $2 bills, there's $100 bills, and $50 bills, all kinds of stuff out there. But we're going to focus on this. So now, if you're still with me because you're young and you don't know anything about coins and you're like, oh my gosh, get to the point. It's 14 minutes in the video. Do we need a break? Take a quick break? Okay. I'll take a chance here. I'm going to kill some of the germs on the paper money with the disinfectant. Okay, we're back. I don't know if that was long or break. What we have is how much is a dollar? $1 is 100 pennies. It's also 20 nickels. It's 10 dimes or 4 quarters. And so 4 quarters, 1, 2, 3, and 4 equals a dollar. There's $1 there. There's $1 there. $1, $1. There's 20 nickels in a dollar. So let's take a look at 20 nickels. There's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. That whole stack is 20 nickels. That's also a dollar. So $1, $1, and $1. You make a dollar with 3 quarters, 2 dimes, and 1 nickel. So So you have 25, 50, 75 cents, 85, 95, and $1. 3/4, 2 dimes, and a nickel. If you don't have 2 dimes and you have a couple extra nickels, so now you can do 3/4, 2 nickels, a dime, and 5 pennies. That's also $1. When you buy something, if you buy a penny piece of gum, which is now a dime, but let's say it's a penny because I'm really old. Back in the day when it was a penny, you would give them $1 and you get 99 cents back. So that'd be 25, 50, 75 cents with the quarters, 85 cents with the dime, 90, 95, 96, 97, 98, and 99. So they can't give me $1 back because I just spent a penny out of my dollar. So there's my 99 cents change. What else can we do? There's $2 in a roll of nickels. That means there's 40 coins in a roll of nickels. When you go to the bank, they don't like all this if you're going to deposit your money. But if you take the time to roll them up, and the banks will give you the rollers free if you ask for them. You can also buy them at any of the stores, Walmart, Sam's Club, they all have them for sale, any of the office supply stores. Roll them up, $2 per roll. There should be 40 coins in there. They're about that big. And then they're easy to deposit back into the bank. If you're young and you have a chance to put some of this money aside, or you find them on the ground, and you're putting them in your drawer, or you got a jar full of coins, it's great every once in a while to roll them up, put them in the bank, and then start over again. Or some people, like me, I like to actually collect the coins. So I will go through and I'll take a look at the dates first. If there's something I don't need, or if it's damaged or something, I'll go and put those back in the bank. Here, look at this. This has got the Lewis and Clark peace design on the reverse. I don't know if you see the 2 handshakes. That's when Lewis and Clark were shaking hands with Native Americans. This is 2004. And that's got the original Jefferson on the back, and then the commemorative on the front, the Jefferson, sorry, and the commemorative on the back. That's paper money. That's coin money. Just a quick, brief introduction to it. If you're a younger American, currently right now, not a whole lot of coin is circulating, but don't you fret because it's out there somewhere. If you'd like to collect coins, there's a great way to do it. Whatever your age is, you were born a certain year. Start from then and collect till now. A little bit older, more to collect. If you're younger and you want to go back even further, that's great. I was born in 1963. I'll let you do the math on how old I am. 1963, so I collected coins from 1959 and older my whole life, and that's never changed for whatever reason. 1959 and older, I collect everything. I also collect a lot more stuff now, like the 2009s and the 1982s and all that, but if it's 1959 or older, no matter what, it goes into my box and I keep it forever. Anyway, that's coins. That's American currency. For those of you around the world, thanks for tuning in. I hope you learned something. Enjoy your currency, learn from it. A lot of countries do a real good job of educational information on their coinage. It's a great way to learn about your heritage, your culture, what your economic output is, any kind of other cultural things that are significant about your country, and it's a way to share it with the rest of the world. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you on the next video as we do some counting with Harley. That's Harley the Beagle. He's the guy bringing us this show, along with Santa Bear for now. It's that season here in the United States of America. Enjoy your day, be safe, be healthy, and have fun collecting.